One of the ideas, which is not in this little video treatment you may have seen yesterday, is well, there's the Invisible Boy, the port of an illegal Chinese boy in Manhattan through the monsters incarnating his anxieties or his paranoia. So that's the idea. And then I thought, like, how can we make this conduct this fear? I mean, what is the monster? The monster is something that is frightening because you don't understand it. So the idea was to say, I'm not going to have monsters go like blah blah blah, not like Mickey Mouse voice, but I really have to scare him. So I start thinking about, with Nicolas Becker, we have this idea to work to develop a project with the IRCAM, which is a research center of music in France, created by Pierre Boulez. And the idea was so we're working on that now. The IRCAM knows how to synthesize a voice and to play it back with a computer. They know how to do that. But the idea was to synthesize a voice and transform that into a score that then would be played by a symphonic orchestra. And we did a test of that, and it's really frightening, because you have something human that speaks when there is nothing human. I mean, instrument playing. So you can't really, you have like a ghost basically, there's something ghosty going out from the orchestra without really figuring out what it is that's so human. And so that became now the idea for the monsters to speak. And but we're still working on it. So yeah.
But the voice, I mean, working now on the London exhibition, there are also the voice plays a very important role. And it's interesting because actually throughout Tempo del Postino, where we had no moving image, with one exception actually, Tassadin, otherwise it was rule of the game of our opera Tempo del Postino, there was no moving image. Suddenly in Tempo del Postino the voice played a big role. And if you think, for example, in Anrisara, where you sort of only hear one line of the voice kind of migrates through the opera, even in the case of Doug Aitken, where it was all about the voice traveling through the space. But it's not only for you that the voice plays a big role now in the film, like The Invisible Boy, but it also will now become the sort of guiding line of the exhibition. And you said something still in this interview in the Guide de Cinema, you said, je cherche quelque chose d'un rapport automatique entre la voix et l'image. That you search something of automatic kind of rapport, relation between the voice and the image, and you compare it to automatic writing. Can you tell us more about this interest or almost obsession for the voice, which has become more important?
Oh yeah, but voice, but also sound. I think what I discovered from making Zidane was that you can, like this idea when you're a kid and you are in the back of a car and the car drives and you start to build this fantastic world, and the world you built is on basically passing pictures, but it doesn't matter really. It's more like the sound of the car and whatever the conversation of the people around, and that sort of like makes your kind of like dreamy fantasy world appear. And so I was questioning myself, so that's one way to put it. And of course the voice, because of my Lacanian side, that I do believe that language is central. And so when you put together, you question yourself, and when you're a visual artist, you say, well, we had all this experience to go to a classic museum, and the first thing we do when you watch a painting is like to look at the label. So there is a link between a voice that speaks to you and what you see. So to put it in robotic terms, you question yourself to say who's the master and who's the slave. And sometimes I'm troubled that maybe my ears are mastering my eyes.
And now